Hey there, Russ here. Welcome back to the shop. I wanted to do a quick self-quarantine update. So this is update number 2. It is now official. It has been as of this morning, on Saturday morning. I have been 2 weeks, 14 days, without any human contact, both myself and you-know-who. So at this point, I do not have to worry about that virus anymore. But I still, I'm making minor changes and adapting to things that kind of seem to come up. I can't think of anything right off my head, other than we did go out, and I don't remember if I don't think I've told you this yet. Went out a week ago, probably now, to my son's house to pick up groceries. He went to the store for me. I texted him a list. He picked up everything for me the night before, and then we went out the next morning. He put it on the front porch. I loaded it up carefully, made sure we came home without contaminating, and got everything put away and thrown away what we didn't want, what we were afraid of, contamination-wise, as far as bags and stuff. And so we're pretty comfortable at this point. We feel fine. Neither one of us feels bad at all, so I don't think we've ever had to worry. And at this point, I remember when I first started, I told myself, I told you-know-who, and I kind of think I told you guys too, that this is going to be for at least 2 weeks, and that it could potentially be a month or more. Well, I will tell you, after the first 2 weeks and what I'm seeing going on, it's going to be well over a month even, I think. I'm looking at probably 2 months minimum and maybe 3 months minimum before we can get out. Now, keep in mind, both myself and you-know-who are in the high-risk group, not only by age, but by underlying medical conditions. And so, excuse me, we have to be extra careful compared to most people. Social distancing is probably not good enough for us unless we know that the whole area is pretty much contamination free. I am definitely not planning a trip to New York or New York City anytime in the near future. And nor are they invited to my house. So, but I think that here in southern Wisconsin, I really haven't heard much of any activity. I think there was only one case in the bigger town next to me at 10 miles away. There was a couple of cases of the virus that were detected, but I haven't heard any more about that. So I think things out here are really doing pretty well. As soon as they get the test going, that'll be a biggie. Because if we can get where everybody is testing, we can then be sure what areas are of not concern. He's going to start releasing areas and let them go back to just social distancing, but getting out and about. We are under a 30-day quarantine, stay-at-home quarantine from the state of Wisconsin that started, I think, Monday. So 4 days ago, 5 days ago, a week and a couple of days into my self-quarantine. So, and that's 30 days. So that means that 30 days from last Monday, we're supposed to be self-quarantining anyway, staying at home. That's the law for everybody now. So you know how those rules are. And I think they're staying pretty compliant. I did go also to the drive-thru. Again, very careful, used gloves, and I got some picked up some prescriptions at the drugstore through the drive-up window for you-know-who that she got. All mine are all delivered. And we had a little challenge with one of those because I've never had it mailed to me before, but now they say that they will do that. But trying to find out where to do it took me 3 tries of ordering it before I finally got it ordered from the right place at the right amount and everything, so that it could get here, and it got here today. So a couple of days ago, I finally got that cleared up. So there's been some minor challenges and frustrations, nothing serious. But I have to tell you one funny story. Of course, I always got to have a funny story. So my son, he has 3 kids, age 12 years old down to probably 8. And so that gives you an idea. Well, guess what? They're all at home. So anyway, he called me a couple of days ago and asked me, he said he was going to a particular store and wanted to know if I needed anything from there. And which was very nice of him to call me instead of me having to call him. But anyway, I asked him how it was going and everything. He says, the kids are home with me and everything. And He says, it's pretty stressful already around here. And I've been through that with him. I had 3 kids when they were that young. So anyway, when he said that to me, I says, well, I have only one thing to say that. And he goes, what's that? And I went, this was on the phone, of course. And he just started laughing because I had been through that. I knew he was coming before he did. And now they're here. But I also told him, I says, don't feel so bad about it, though, because it's going to get a lot worse as they get older, believe me. I haven't told you all the war stories that I've seen. So he's in for a real treat as he goes through this. And it's really funny because he goes through the phases. I'm always kidding him about that. Yeah, do you remember when I did that? You were doing that? You guys? Yeah, you remember. Same thing. So he's going through exactly what I've already been through, which I think is kind of fun to watch somewhat. So anyway, I thought that was funny when he told me, and I think he was listening to a soft ear. I kind of let him on a little bit until I told him to start laughing at him. So anyway, that was kind of funny. So I think we're going to continue. I don't know when this is going to end. It looks like at least 2 months now as it stands. I'll keep you updated, but now that the 2-week period was over, and I know that I'm virus-free in this house, as long as I continue that self-quarantine, we should be pretty good and be pretty safe from any virus contamination in this house. So that takes kind of a little bit of extra worry that we had when we first started, and afraid that maybe it's too late, we've already got it, and now I don't have to worry. So as long as I continue this, I think we'll be okay now until this gets over, and I'm confident that it'll be over. Maybe not as quick as I had hoped to begin with, or anybody thought, but whatever it takes, I assume here in America we're going to do it. So anything you can do to help, don't forget to help any of the other people in my group. If you know anybody in that group, make sure they're that they got everything they need, because it's kind of hard on us. And I know there's one guy that I know that he has nobody, and he actually goes out to the store himself, and he doesn't seem to be too excited about it, but he has nobody to turn to, so I wasn't sure what to tell him at this point. But if you know somebody, don't be afraid to ask and to offer help and see if you can help them, because chances are they really would appreciate it, and they really probably need it. The more protected we keep the people in the older group, the better off we'll be, because we are the ones that are really going to pay the price for this by the time it's over if we're not careful. So anyway, I want to thank you for stopping by. I hope you had a little quick smile about this, even though this is a very serious thing. Something I would never have dreamed I would ever see in my lifetime, but it's here. I see the reality of it. I jumped on board and realized it a little bit before everybody else did, I think, because we were already quarantined by the time they started expecting it 100% from people. So any comments, any questions? Let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear. I hope you're safe. But anyway, just leave the comments in the comments below. I enjoy reading them, and I may even have a suggestion back one or two times. So hopefully I'll hear from you. If you like this video, you learned something there, hit that like button. Most importantly, come back again, because I'm nowhere near done. Thanks, and we'll see you again soon.